Hey my friend, welcome back to a new video. Today we're ending the month of August, so I wanted to give you a quick message just before we shift into September. I wanted to remind you today a little bit to find a space in you to trust the unseen, because many times we quickly judge that nothing is moving, nothing is changing, just because we don't see sometimes the major changes that we would like to experience. But notice that on the subtle level, so many things are constantly moving, so many things are constantly shifting. And more you trust these subtle shifts that are taking care that everything can move with motion, that you can evolve, that your cells can divide and reborn, and that you can live and your heart can beat and your lungs can breathe, and you can experience this life. Trust that all this motion is also taking care of your maybe daily challenges, daily troubles, daily problems, whatever you see right now as something that is a cause of stress, as something that is a cause of pain, as something that is a cause of maybe something you don't know how to resolve. Trust yourself that at the right time, wisdom will find you. At the right time, everything will click. And you will just know what to do. You will know what to do like you did before. As we move into September, I call September my month because on September 3rd, I was born, and soon I will celebrate another cycle. So I always felt September is my month because it's just, let's say, the last detail of the summer, and I love that time. I love that time of the nature season where I live. I'm from Slovenia, so I love that time, and I call September my month, and September is also a month where we kind of return back into our rhythm. So it means we find maybe a renewal, we find a new routine, we find maybe a new diet to follow, or maybe not diet, maybe just some kind of change with the food you consume. Maybe you upgrade it, maybe you add some new supplements, or maybe you detox, or just leveling up your health, or things like that. Workout routines, maybe jumping back to a certain cycle that works for you, or making some changes, or if you've been very active during summer, September is a time when we make some changes, like add some stretching, add some yoga, whatever it is. But more energetically, in September, we're actually opening up to trust more. We're letting go of the need to control. Because more we see how nature shifts, how trees start living leaves, especially, I live on the northern hemisphere, and many of you as well. Some of you that are on the other side, you're experiencing just the opposite of this process. As we observe the nature that shifts, it's much easier to trust that the same force, the same life, the same abundant stream of intelligence that takes care of these changes so the cycle of life can continue is also taking care of you. And the more you find ability to trust, more you can surrender into that trust, more you will find ease as you're moving through the day. And those are the things that we have, seasons to. Like sometimes it's much easier to trust, sometimes it's much harder to trust. Sometimes we find this, maybe we call it philosophy, more easier to follow, and sometimes we find it as almost impossible. We feel more irritated. We feel more rigid. We feel like we're filled with so many tests of life and we don't know how to handle them. So yes, we go through these processes, but we need to keep teaching ourselves to ease up, to relax into knowing that we don't need to figure everything out on our own, that you are not alone. I am not alone in this process. Sometimes we just, we make ourselves believe that it's all up on us. Like, it's all up on me. It's all up on me to figure this out. It's all up on me to figure this out. Yes, many things may be up on you, but maybe you're just coming from an environment where at your young age, you needed to take care of so many things. So soon, when you became more independent, or you've been pushed to become independent very soon, you started to believe that it's all up on you, and therefore you find a very hard time to trust life. You find a very hard time to believe that there's an intelligence to life that can actually help you when you let it help you through your intentions, to relaxing yourself more frequently, training your body, training your nervous system, training your brain to ease up a little bit, to relax a little bit. It doesn't mean you just stop doing things, you quit on your goals, you quit on your vision. It doesn't mean like that. But you truly start navigating your action towards what's your highest good, what's in the highest benefit of your growth and your evolution, instead of just jumping around and trying to resolve everything at the same time. So may, as you're stepping into September, a message here today or tonight, for me it's tonight, be that you're safe to let go of control, and truly put it into your heart. You're safe to let go of control. So what does it mean? Those are beautiful words, but what does it mean? Well, just for a moment, think about it. How much control you have over your body? Well, what you eat, yes. How you move it, yes. But I would say 90% of the function of your body is maybe not under your conscious control. There's a lot of unconscious stuff that is happening. And what if your unconsciousness, or the part of you that is not under your conscious control, what if that part of you holds its own intelligence that's way older than your current life experience? And what if that part of you knows way better how to heal something, how to resolve something, and all it requires from you is for you to let it, to allow it to happen, to give it circumstances, to give it right nutrition, to give it enough time, to give it enough rest, to give it right mental and emotional environment so it can do its job. Now think about how much of life is actually outside of your control. Just for a moment, think about it. How much of life is outside of your control? So what is life? We say life is what we perceive with our five senses. What we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, what we touch. We say this is life, right? But that's just the physical appearance of what we perceive. And then there's our interpretation of what we are perceiving, right? So what we call life is usually just our story, right? What we call life is usually just our story of what we are looking at. And then if your story is more negative than positive, how is your emotional reaction to what you're perceiving? Well, maybe more negative, more stressful. You're maybe more, pushed back, and you're triggered by everything. Yeah, maybe in all these experiences hides the answer. And the answer may be that your story is very limited. What you know is very limited. So what I'm giving you today, or tonight, what I'm giving you, my friend, is a reminder that what you know and what you're holding on so tightly is very limited. Maybe what you truly know is 0.0000001% of what is. And now with that tiny bit of everything, you're trying to control everything. How can that work, my friend? How can that work? I don't know. To me, I would say it's not the right or it's not the best outlook on life. So when we don't know what to do, it would be way better if we set an intention, guide me towards the right advice, guide me towards the right message. Life guide me towards the intelligence or the source of intelligence that will give me what I need so this can be resolved. Or guide me towards the right person that can help me to understand what I need to know. Or guide me towards the solution so things can resolve. Guide me towards an idea that will empower me. Or show me a proof that I'm abandoned. Or show me a sign that I'm healing. Or show me a proof that love exists. And bring it to me in such a way that I will know it came from you. That I will be surprised, that I will be amazed, that I will be in awe. Surprise me. Have this kind of intentions and notice how this kind of intentions make you feel. To me, it empowers me. To me, it kind of pushes me to explore. It gives, a source of power back to me. I don't feel powerless anymore. I don't feel afraid anymore. I just feel some kind of support. And if we test it, if we experiment with this kind of thinking, sooner or later, something may happen that will surprise us. And when it does, we deepen the experiment. I call it conversation with life. And when we deepen it, interesting things may start happening. So, may September for you be a month where you're just letting go more and more on this idea that you need to control everything. And only when you do everything you could, things will work out. I'm not saying stop working on things or just give up on everything. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying focus yourself more on what has the greatest possible benefit on your mind, on your heart, on your body, on your environment, on people around you. Sure, you can notice what it is. You will feel what it is. You will notice something is just healing for you. Something is shaping you. Something is sharpening you. Something is truly building you. And there are many things that are just destroying you. So focus on what's the highest good for you. And trust more. Be patient more. Many people say, I've been so patient and nothing happened. This is not patience. This is kind of forcing life to give you something you're not ready to receive. You don't even feel worthy to receive. So what it means to be worthy to receive, it means you're so okay if it happens or not. You're not waiting it anymore. You're not needing it anymore. You're so okay that it happens. Because when we're worthy of something, then when we deeply internalize that feeling that we are already complete, that's when we're worthy of life, when we know we are already complete. Ego doesn't understand that. Your limited mind doesn't understand that. It's not something your nervous system is accustomed to because it's accustomed to survive. But there's a deeper nature to you that is already complete. Like how your body knows that it just needs to evolve, that it just needs to heal when you cut yourself. How it knows? It knows because it's just a natural process. Your body learned, your DNA learned through time, through evolution, through ages. Your soul knows what to do. So what if you would learn to surrender more to that deeper intelligence of yours? And you would put that ego of yours aside a little bit. And when I say ego, what do I mean? I mean that part of you that is trying to figure everything out, that part of you that is trying to control, that part of you that is coming out of fear, that is coming out of sadness, that is coming out of depression, that is coming out of shame, that is coming out of guilt, that is coming out of envy, that is coming out of judgment. We all have it. For me, sometimes it's active. Sometimes I judge. Sometimes I feel guilt. Sometimes I feel shame. I still feel these things. That's why so many times I need to turn into that deeper me, into that deeper nature of mine that just gives me a reason to trust, because then it surprises me. You know, when I sit in front of the camera, in front of the microphone, I don't know what I will be talking about. Like today, I had no idea what I will be sharing with you. But I have trust that that deeper intelligence of mine will come up with the right thoughts. There is something that you need to hear. There is something I need to hear. This is a message for me, as same as it's a message for you. But when we learn to trust more and more this deeper nature of ours, we get surprised. And when we get surprised, we become more grateful. When we become more grateful, we ease up, we relax. When we relax, we notice that we don't need to take life so seriously, right? We can smile a little bit more. We can laugh a little bit more. We can bring some of this easy energy out. Not just hard, not just tough, not just, warrior spirit. You can also ease up. You can also relax. You can also play and dance and be like a shapeshifter a little bit, right? Shift through different moods and states, and see what else can you do with that beautiful body of yours. That's what happens when we trust. And I know those may sound very abstract ideas, but if we truly feel it, if we truly experiment with it, I would say if I would hear these words 3 years ago or 4 years ago, I would say, I don't believe that. But today, I notice I truly need to practice this even more. Because every time when I relax, I release something. I've been noticing that just today I've been releasing so much. I was out on my bike and there was a moment when I just had goosebumps over my whole body, and there was just a moment when a huge release happened and I've started laughing. And what happened, once again, I've been reminded that I'm divine, that I'm infinity. And I'm just having this human experience. And then I forget. And I'm again this, human with a name that has his own troubles and fall into a victimhood sometimes. But more frequently, I remind myself who I truly am, and I feel that deeper nature of mine. My body experiences a release, and then a breakthrough happens in my life. And something new surprises me that comes almost out of nowhere. And it reminds me that there's magic to life. There's magic to your life as well, my friend. I'm not giving you these messages just because I like to talk about this. Well, I could rather just go to sleep. I could do nothing. But I feel I need to talk about this because some of you will open up. Some of your hearts will bloom because you will hear something that will resonate with you. I hope you found something that resonates with you today. I will leave you here. Well, I hope you've enjoyed in this scenery of art. We're in my studio, surrounded with my paintings. And I want to say big thanks to everyone who is choosing to support my art. For all these years, many of you have been supporting this journey, this work, and I'm truly grateful to all of you. For those of you who are new here and would like to check up my art, you can find everything on AttractPassion.com. You will find all of my paintings there, all of my work there. Each painting is a bit symbolic, it has its own message, and it maybe holds something that you need. Check it out and you will see. So big thanks to your support. Also join us on our Patreon community for more deeper content and lessons. The link is in the description of this video, and also join YouTube membership if you want to support this channel. Thank you so much, and till next time, one love.